So after going back to heal, I'm just now looking at the recording time and it already says 36 minutes. I'm gonna keep going, but if this video is split into 2 parts with no intro, you know why. We're going to head this way now. And we are going to go up here? This doesn't seem right. I might have skipped ahead at my notes. Yeah, we need to go down here. Down here. We can talk to the chefs here. Humdy-humdy-ho! I peel spuds every day, hum-hum. Did you hear about Snorlax? All it does is eat and sleep. Me too. Snivel, sniff. I only get to peel onions. Snivel. In this trash can, you will find a Great Ball. This created a travesty in the Pokemon community where everybody has the instinct to check every trash can. Let me tell you now, this is the only trash can in the game that has an item in it. In Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, you can find berries in all of these trash cans, and I believe there's respawning items here in Let's Go, maybe? Or at least there's berries or a Great Ball there. But yeah, these are the only trash cans in the game that have any items in them, so don't bother looking in all of them. I'm so busy, I'm getting dizzy! Good rhyme, dude. I saw an odd ball in the trash. True. I believe we've already gone over the Great Ball, but in case we haven't, for now it's just an objectively better Pokeball. There's a lot more that goes into explaining how the different types of Pokeballs work, but man, right now I do not have the time for that when we aren't going to be able to tell any difference other than it's better. This ship, she is a luxury liner for traders. At every port, we hold parties with invited traders. Awesome. Heading upstairs. We have yet another long hallway, but no rooms here. Our captain is a sword master. He even teaches cut to Pokemon. I am certain he is just a weeb. Oh, I didn't think he would be a trainer. Ahoy there! Are you seasick? Sure, man. We are now at the front of the ship, so yeah. We have trainers to fight up here. This seems dangerous. Like, if a Pokemon gets hit too hard and gets sent flying off into the ocean, who's gonna go save it? We are finally starting to reach the point in the game where Margarine isn't just an instant, easy answer to one-shot everything, so that's sort of... I would say nice, but it feels bad for Margarine. She's been, like, the best Pokemon on the team for so long at this point. Annabelle's stealing her thunder with how strong Dig is. Speak of the devil, Margarine grew to level 24. And we defeated Sailor. I was just careless. My pa said there are 100 kinds of Pokemon. I think there are more. Your pa clearly never listened to the Poke Rap. There's 150 or more to see, man. To be a Pokemon master is my destiny. I feel ill. I stepped out to get some air. That's why I couldn't handle being on a boat like this. Scrubbing decks is hard work. I'm not gonna think about what I just said. Hey matey, let's do a little jig! Man, if you wanted to dance, you didn't have to challenge me to a battle for it. Just put on some fucking ABBA and I am down. I think that's everything. Well, I didn't talk to this guy, actually. The party's over. The ship will be departing soon. That's not good. What would happen if the ship just left with Red on it? Or me, for that matter. I say Red because he's the canon protagonist, but what would happen? Well, according to the anime, actually, Ash and friends were on this boat when it left, and this boat ended up getting shipwrecked. That was actually an interesting episode of the anime because it was used to promote the anime, where a early version of the dub of the episode on the Saint Anne, which is what it's called in the anime. Okay, this gentleman is showing us Snorlax, cool. In all my travels, I've never seen any Pokemon sleep like this one. It was something like this. Okay, you just told me, man. I just wanted to make sure I read your text. So, yeah, anyway. The anime episode that takes place on the Saint Anne, where it ends up getting shipwrecked at the very end, was used to promote the Pokemon anime in the West. There's some small differences in the dub and just how slight differences from the promotional version and the ultimate, like, broadcast version. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that version was lost media for a while and it ended up showing up a few years ago. Maybe it never showed up and I'm just misremembering, but yeah. I don't know. That's an interesting fact about the SS Anne. Annabelle grew to level 21 from this fight. I'm all out! Of what? Oh great, another required battle for this item. Competing against the young keeps me youthful. I'm sure. This dude's sprite makes him look like a dick, but actually, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of makes him look derpy. Both of his pupils are looking up in, like, the same direction, and it looks a little silly. Like he's going cross-eyed. And it's just a Pikachu. Can we take it out with a single dig? Survey says, yes. Good fight! I feel young again! 15 years ago, I would have won! Sure, buddy, if your Pikachu's level 23 at however old you are, I'm not sure about that. Max Ether, that will restore the PP of a single move by its maximum. So, pretty good if you're in like a boss rush. Pokemon can cut down small bushes. This old man sprite looks so decrepit. There's so few instances of it in the game that it always scares me a little every time I see it. Ah yes, I've seen some Pokemon ferry people across the water. Fascinating. Oh boy, another item. Great. Which do you like, a strong or a rare Pokemon? Honestly, I was excited coming into the SS Anne because I was like, oh, that's a lot of battles, that'll be good experience for Annabelle. But then almost every battle has just been full of water-type Pokemon that Annabelle is, like, not really great against. I think Annabelle could probably handle, like, a Goldeen and maybe even a Staryu, but I don't know. Every time I see Shelder or Tentacool, it just makes me a little more disappointed. Here's another Pokemon we haven't seen yet at this point, though, Ponyta. This is another good reason to come on board this ship if you don't have both versions. Some trainers will be using version exclusives. Ponyta's not a version exclusive, but, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Annabelle got burned from that ember. I must salute you. You must, you're right. And I don't need to fight her, thank God. Rare candy, always worth picking those up. Especially this one because it has a timer on it, basically. Any items in here? No. Maybe? Me and my daddy think the Safari Zone is awesome. Cool, I don't, but we'll get to that when we do. No items in here either, okay. I'm gonna go back and heal real quick because we have a boss fight coming up, if you can believe it, with the amount of fights in here. Yes, we have another one. Made it back to where I was. And I should actually make sure I'm leading with the Pokemon I want to be leading with. Annabelle... Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lead with Margarine. Annabelle will have her chance to fight in this battle, but I think Margarine would be a better lead. Bonjour, Winter! Imagine seeing you here. Winter, were you really invited? So, how's your Pokedex coming? I already caught 40 kinds, pal. Different kinds are everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas. I could have caught 40 if I caught all the Pokemon I needed to catch between episodes and evolved some Pokemon. I don't know what this video that's always in my recommended saying you couldn't possibly have 40 Pokemon is on about, because yes, you absolutely could. We're just gonna use Confusion on this Pidgeotto. That's my main goal. Pidgeotto is level 19, normal flying type, knowing the moves Gust, Sand Attack, and Quick Attack. This is sort of the last battle against Aiden for not for a while, but where he's going to be using the Pokemon he's been using. I say that, but he only gets rid of one of these Pokemon in the next battle, but yeah, it's sort of this battle is sort of just a point where things change for him. Raticate is level 16, normal type, knowing the moves Tackle, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Hyper Fang. This is pretty much the same as the last time we saw it as a Rattata. Just watch out for that Hyper Fang and you'll be fine. I'm just gonna stay in with Margarine, I think, and go for Parafusion? I don't really need to go for Parafusion, but I don't know. Why get Supersonic if I'm not gonna do the strategy occasionally? There we go, already being effective as usual. And we did half health with Confusion anyway. But it was totally worth it. This strategy is totally worth it, I swear. See, it was less than half health. Now hit yourself. Or not. Margarine, come on, you got this. Okay. She can still take a beating, at least. Kadabra! His Abra finally evolved. It's level 18, Psychic type, knowing the moves Teleport, Confusion, and Disable. So it finally can actually hit you. I'm going to use Sleep Powder. Or not. I'm gonna use Sleep Powder. Thank God Disable missed. That gives me a pretty clean switch, so I'm going to go ahead and switch into Annabelle. I think, since Kadabra's physical defense is so low, Annabelle can probably hit pretty hard with Dig. It's going for Teleport anyway. If this thing uses Confusion, it'll deal good damage, but we got pretty lucky there. That takes out Kadabra. And as Annabelle grew to level 22. Not his Annabelle, my Annabelle. Charmeleon is level 20, Fire type, knowing the moves Scratch, Growl, Ember, and Leer. And the other Pokemon he could have depending on your starter will be displayed on screen right now. I don't think Hiket even really needs to see the battlefield here. I think Annabelle can handle this too. Dig is just straight up that strong. I don't think this thing stands a chance. Yeah. Charmeleon fainted. Huh. At least you're raising your Pokémon. Oh, Annabelle's evolving! Annabelle evolved into Sandslash! I heard there was a Cut Master on board, but he was just a seasick old man. But Cut itself is really useful. You should go see him. Smell ya! What are your stats looking like now, Annabelle? You are not Annabelle. That's not the stats. I will never get used to Dig being at the top. Okay. 53 attack and 61 defense. For some reason, I was under the impression that Sandshrew evolved at level 24. But apparently it's level 22. And of course, in yellow version, sorry for the weird cut, but Annabelle evolving was a little sudden. Yeah, but in yellow version, obviously. Bonjour, Red! Imagine seeing you here. Red, were you really invited? So, how's your Pokédex coming along? I already caught 40 kinds, pal. Different kinds are everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas. Blue wants to fight. And leads with Spearow at level 19, normal flying type, knowing the moves Peck, Growl, Leer, and Fury Attack. Charmeleon probably wasn't the best lead here. I could have led with Pikachu and not had to switch, but I was gonna say hopefully it's going for Peck, but no, it's going for a move that's much scarier than Peck. Since this thing has Fury Attack now, it can actually threaten Pikachu, but not if Pikachu gets a critical hit. Good job, Pikachu. Rattata is level 16, normal type, known the moves Tackle, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Hyper Fang. Pretty much the same as his Raticate in red and blue, except weaker. So, you know, you won't hear me complaining. Red's team hasn't evolved much since the last time we see it, other than Charmander evolving into Charmeleon, and Nidoking has now learned Thrash, which, I mean, it's better than Mega Punch. Thrash is a move that's used in the speedrun, so you know that's a good move. Sandshrew. Good choice in Pokemon, level 18, ground type, known moves Scratch, Sand Attack, and Slash. That Slash could deal good damage if I wasn't switching into Ivysaur immediately. Although it could, yeah, it's still gonna deal good damage to Ivysaur. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. We should still easily take this out. Or not, please don't crit again? Or crit and leave me at 1, that's fine. Blue doing a better job of showing what makes Sandshrew so good than I am. Ivysaur to level 19, and Eevee. Eevee is level 20, normal type, known moves Tackle, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, and Growl, because if it can't attack well, then it may as well just lower all of your stats. Growl. Okay, that might make it take 2 double kicks to knock you out instead of 1. Yeah, it will, actually. Good strategizing, Blue. You're really thinking 5 steps ahead of me here. Oh, Sand Attack, so I might miss, and you might get to use more Growls. But I didn't miss, so yeah. This fight is much easier in yellow version than it is in red and blue. Huh. At least you're raising your Pokémon. I heard there was a cut master on board, but he was just a seasick old man. The cut itself is really useful. You should go see him. Smell ya. Alright. Okay, well, we aren't actually going to be going over Sandslash's bio for quite a while because it doesn't appear in the wild for a very long time, but yeah. I guess you see now why it's a good choice to pick one up pretty early, because this evolved right before a gym where she's going to be super useful. Nice. Okay. What's going on in here? Let's check everything other than the man. How to conquer seasickness. The captain's reading this. That's ironic. Cram full of Pokemon books. That's not. Yuck! Shouldn't have looked. That actually made me gag a little just thinking about that. Ew. Oh, I feel hideous. Me too, man. I'm sick while recording, buddy. Seasick. Winter rubbed the captain's back. I did not do that, decidedly. Ooh, thank you. I feel much better. You want to see my cut technique? I could show you if I wasn't ill. I know. You can have this. Teach it to your Pokemon and you can see it cut anytime. Will give us HM01. This introduces us to a new mechanic. HMs are infinite use TMs, however, the moves they teach cannot be unlearned. And that means at all in Generation 1. If you're willing to transfer to Generation 2 in a save file that already has 8 badges, you can delete a move by trading to Generation 2 and then trading back. The easier way, though, is by having a Pokemon that is dedicated to the use of HMs, for example, Farfetch'd. That's why Dux has continued to be in the party. Totally not because I forgot to put it in the PC. This is also something Mew is very good for, because Mew can learn every HM. I am so sorry for the constant, cuts for my body doing things, but yeah, anyway. Cut is a 50 power move with only 95 accuracy, and it is not worth teaching to any Pokemon you plan to keep on your team. So just use Farfetch'd or Mew. Now, if you haven't grabbed all the items, but you want to be able to come back later, Just lose to a trainer on board the ship. That way you can come back later and the ship won't leave until you exit it through the actual entryway. But I'm pretty confident I've picked up all the items I wanted because I picked up everything that my notes said to pick up. And if I didn't, hey, PK Hex exists for a reason. Although I've been avoiding using it as much as I possibly can, other than just getting like a clear view of what my boxes are looking like, because it's less easy to tell in the game than it is in future generations anyway. With all that done, that's Vermilion City and the SS Anne explored. Next time on Pokémon Generation 1, we'll be seeing all that we can do now that we have access to Cut. There's not much, but there's enough that I feel is worth doing before taking on the gym. I'll see you guys then.